The plumber's face told me everything before his words did. He had gone into my basement with a quiet confidence, tools in hand, like a man used to dealing with broken pipes and dripping ceilings. But when he came back up, his knuckles were white around the handle of his toolbox. "Sir," he said, voice breaking, "leave this house if you want to save your children." I thought he was joking, or mad, until he shoved a thermal camera into my hands. "Don't tell anything to your wife." Then he left, stumbling over his own feet like he couldn't get out fast enough. The air around me thickened. My pulse slowed, then quickened. I went to the corner, away from her line of sight, and pressed play on the recorded feed. Cold colors filled the screen. Blue walls, green beams. And then, shapes. Too warm, too close. Bodies where no bodies should be. Two figures pressed together in the corner of my basement, behind the stacked boxes. My chest locked, my breath caught. And then I saw it. Her hair, her outline, the woman I'd married. That was the moment the marriage ended. Quietly, violently, without a sound. I didn't say a word when I walked back upstairs. She was standing at the counter, stirring pasta sauce, humming, like nothing was burning beneath us. I studied her the way I would study a stranger, the rhythm of her movements, the way her shoulders relaxed, too relaxed, like guilt had already found its hiding place inside her. "Everything okay?" she asked, turning toward me with that rehearsed smile. I nodded once, cold, controlled. But inside, the truth festered. That wasn't just betrayal, it was infiltration. She had turned our home into a theater for her lies. And my children, innocent, breathing under the same roof, had been forced to live above it. I wanted to ask questions, but silence was sharper. Silence gave me time. At dinner, she reached for my hand. Her touch felt foreign now, like the skin of a stranger. I let her fingers rest on mine, but my mind was already gone. A basement leak had led me to something deeper, a rot. And I knew then I wouldn't confront her yet, not until the truth was undeniable, not until she was trapped by her own reflection. Nights became my investigation. While she slept, I combed through her phone records. I memorized every number she called when she thought I wasn't looking. I planted a camera of my own in the basement, small, hidden, silent. Each morning I reviewed the footage before she woke up. Days blurred into each other. Her laughter sounded wrong. Her excuses felt scripted. And the children? God, the children! They hugged her without knowing. They kissed her goodnight, blind to the fact that the walls around them were painted with betrayal. My rage stayed buried. That was the only way. She couldn't suspect. Not yet. Then came the slip. She left her laptop open. I saw the messages tucked inside a hidden folder. Words meant for him, not me. Words too intimate, too raw. She promised him things she never gave me. She dreamed with him in ways she never dared with me. The mask cracked. Not hers, mine. For a moment, I almost confronted her. Almost. But revenge tastes better cold. And I had no intention of letting her walk away with excuses. The thermal camera was only the beginning. The basement footage ended it. One night, I sat in the dark watching her. She thought she was clever. She thought the house was asleep. But the lens caught her slipping downstairs, caught him waiting. Their whispers, their touches, proof. The next morning, I printed the stills. I placed them in a neat envelope. And at breakfast, while the kids poured cereal, I slid it across the table. She opened it. Her face drained the way his had. The fork slipped from her hand, clattering against porcelain. Where did you—" I didn't answer. I didn't need to. I just looked at her, and that silence was louder than any accusation. Later that night, when the kids were asleep, she tried again. Tears, explanations, half-truths polished into excuses. I never wanted to hurt you. You don't understand. It just happened. I let her talk, and when her words ran dry, I handed her the divorce papers I'd already filed. Her mouth fell open. You, already? Yes. One word. Final. Her tears blurred. Her breathing cracked. She begged for another chance, for silence, for forgiveness. I stayed seated, calm. I told her the children were mine and mine alone. I told her the house would be empty by tomorrow. She tried to touch me. I pulled away. That was the moment she broke, not when she was caught, but when she realized I had been steps ahead of her all along. By the time the sun rose, my bags were packed. The children were still asleep when I carried them to the car. I didn't look back, not once. The house that once held laughter now held ghosts. And she was the architect of every shadow. She would live it alone, with her silence, with her shame. As I drove away, the road stretched out like a clean wound.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.